name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Otero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, El Scorcho in the streets. Like I said, the only thing hotter than the fucking weather out here in Vegas are my games right now. Brought along a little guest with me once again. As promised from last week, I told you guys that we would bring you and guarantee you a mess up. Sure enough, in the last 8 minutes of the podcast, it was blacked out. Shout out to the paparazzis out there for keeping it consistent, making sure something went down. So I brought the old paparazzi back with me this week to bust his balls a little bit more and sit in. Like I said, Skipper will be back with us either next week or the week after. He's getting the room together, getting everything completed. What's going on, buddy? Having a good day today or what?
Having a great day. Glad to be back here on the podcast. And I apologize on behalf of the missus for screwing it up last week, not myself.
Right. Well, like I said, let's keep it consistent, but let's not cut off 8 minutes of the end when I'm giving my motivational speech. That is what people are excited about. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, couldn't be excited, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the VIP Sports Podcast. As you know, coming live and direct from our offices here in Las Vegas. A lot of guys out there, a lot of competitors, guys in my business, people on Instagram claiming to be world-class handicappers, don't even have an office. They're sending text messages and email from their underwear in their one-bedroom apartment at home. Don't think that's the type of person you want to take information from, huh, Poppy?
I don't think so. I think you're dealing with the best right here.
That is a fact. Anyway, August 16th, 2018, podcast number 179.
Hell of a lot of them, that's for sure.
You're not fucking lying. We're going to be at 200 before too long, and we're going to have a party when that breaks out. You know what I mean?
I'm excited.
Our podcast is brought to you every Thursday night by our new sponsor, BetQL, Paperhead.com, and BetOnline.ag. Ladies and gentlemen, advertising opportunity. If you're watching or listening to the podcast, you own a small business, you work at a company, interested in getting involved in this booming sports business, all you got to do is drop me an email. Advertising at VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We'll get back with you on all the details on how you can become a sponsor of the show. If you're just tuning into the show, you're a newcomer, what the VIP Sports Podcast is all about is how to make you the best sports bettor you could possibly fucking be. It's pretty much a runoff of our show, Money Talks, that was on CNBC. I'm the #1 documented sports consultant in the world, documented at CNBC, the Business Financial Network, 72.3%. Doesn't get any stronger than that. I'm the only person in the history of sports betting to ever have a primetime television show, period. Or a sport of any show about sports betting. So this is pretty much a spin-off of that. My job is to show you guys how to be better sports bettors. To all of the new amateur sports bettors out there, with sports betting becoming legal in every state, it's my job to educate you guys on not only what sports betting is, what the lingo is, how it benefits your state, but more importantly, how you can make money doing it. Because after all, you do like making money, correct?
I like making money, that's for sure.
You want to get a hold of us? 877-220-6540. If you're just looking for a free pick, go to our website, VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We have packages for all size shapes of sports bettor.
And for anybody who has not seen Money Talks, if they go to our YouTube channel, you can see all episodes of this guy's show right there. One of the best shows on television. Everybody who's seen it has told me they love it. So make sure you check it out if you haven't seen it.
Well, absolutely. And like I said, in other words, I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie. I'm the Bookie Killer, to put it exact words. If you're watching this podcast on YouTube, make sure when you subscribe to our channel, which please subscribe, make sure you also hit that little notification bell. That way you get alerts and notifications to everything that I'm doing. As you know, we got six-figure deals with new sponsors out there. I'm going to be doing the Rolls Royce cams. We got to do a lot of motivation, 10 a month?
Yep.
Motivation 101. So I'm going to be busy. And what these videos are all going to be about is how to make money betting sports, but more importantly, how you can be the best person you could be. I'm going to show you how to be a master closer. I'm going to show you how to be a better salesman, show you how to up your swagger, show you how to put motivating people around you and make more money than you could possibly ever fucking imagine.
You also have the deal as well for the new sports bettors with the legalization of sports gambling to all these states, where you're going to be doing the sports glossary 101s, where you're teaching these new guys how to get into it. There's a lot of advanced sports bettors, and there's guys who've never bet before, and you're going to go with the top guy in the industry who's going to teach you exactly how to go from crawling to balling, as you say.
No doubt about it. And like I said, the videos we post, as always, we appreciate your thumbs up. We read every one of your comments. And on the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate all your guys' support. We've had a lot of solid people. If you're regularly listening to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, or Pocket Cast, we will be announcing a new partner for the return of the VIP Sports Podcast to those platforms next week. So make sure you guys stay tuned as well. I'm really excited. Shout out to Joe. You're kicking ass, taking names. Shout out to all of our sponsors that want to be a part of the VIP Sports Podcast. I made it to where this thing was going to be organic. I refused to buy advertising. I refused to buy fake views. I refused to do anything. We kept our channel 100% legit. Not to mention, I'm the only sports consultant in the business verified on Instagram. Means I'm a real celebrity and a real sports consultant that bets millions of dollars.
And you pointed out last week, you're the only guy getting calls from countries that most guys have never heard of, most guys can't pronounce, and this guy's the real deal. He doesn't just talk it, he walks it, and all I can do is tell you, I've worked there for 3 years, he's everything that he says he is.
Damn, homie. I got your back. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, VIP Sports LV. You can direct message us with any questions that you have. You want to get involved with VIP Sports about the packages, send us an email. We'll get right back to you. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Anyway, we got a great show for you guys today. We're going to go over a little Superstar of the Week, Poppy. We're going to do some results recap. As you know, we went over some powerful stuff that we do need to talk about. Yankees and Boston both picking up a loss apiece yesterday. So, like I said, is it time to stay away from the Boston Yankee trend and look for other games? Inquiring minds want to know. And yes, it is. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to go over some Major League Baseball, who's hot, who's not. Guys, we went over the over-under segment last week and gave you some valuable information is all I can tell you. Anyway, this is funny. Superstar of the Week. This isn't funny, but the Dwight Howard story actually is, because we'll get to that in a little bit. Yeah. Superstar of the Week from VIP Sports has to go to, it's been an amazing week for the Atlanta Braves' young phenomenon, Ronald Acuna Jr. During the team's doubleheader sweep of the Miami Marlins, Acuna swatted a leadoff home run in both games of the doubleheader, by the way. Hit a home run in both games. That gave him a home run in 4 straight games and 6 of his last 7 games. This guy's on fire. But wait, it gets better, Poppy. It gets better. He also drilled a leadoff home run in the bottom of the first inning on Tuesday's game against the Marlins. Acuna became the youngest player, by the way, in Major League Baseball history to homer in 5 straight games. Superstar of the Week goes to Ronald Acuna. Congratulations, buddy. The Braves are in first place in the National League East and a game ahead of the Philadelphia Phillies. And as Skip say, I agree, Phillies are shit. They're falling apart. They will not be there. They are in trouble.
Skip told me today, both him and right side, Phillies are done. They're walking around the office. They're panicking. They're telling me Phillies are done. They're actually losing 22-4 right now to the lowly New York Mets. So maybe they're onto something. But Acuna's actually hit 8 home runs in his last 8 games, and he's been a major part of Atlanta's resurgence. Got them the division lead right now. And
I don't think he's solely responsible for getting the division lead, but he is a beast on that fucking team for sure. I mean, you don't like Atlanta? They pretty much have been in first place the whole fucking year, Poppy.
I think they're a good surprise team. I think they're a good story. I do like them. They have solid pitching. They got solid defense, and I think they're a good story. So I do like Atlanta.
Let's recap last week's podcast, which, by the way, is brought to you by our boys over there at BetQL. We are very, very excited to announce a brand new partnership and sponsor of the show with BetQL. Shout out to our boys over there at BetQL. We appreciate you. Do you want to get an edge in today's billion-dollar sports betting industry? BetQL gives you the powerful data at your fingertips, and it's the only mobile app that puts all the important research you need in one place. With BetQL, you can easily access the line movements, public betting trends, historical matchup data, other key information all in real time, which is very important. Calculate returns on your picks, track them throughout the day using BetQL's cutting-edge technology. And best of all, you can download BetQL for free using your Apple or Android device today. Head to betql.co to download the app you need for this football season. That's betql.co, made by the creators of RotoQL, the leading daily fantasy lineup optimizer, trusted by DFS players around the world. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, BetQL gives you the powerful data at your fingertips. Make sure you take advantage of them. Shout out to BetQL as well. Let's say you're a new subscriber to the VIP Sports Podcast, Poppy.
Okay.
Okay, and on the Saturday following Friday night's podcast, you decide to take every team we mentioned in who's hot, who's not, over teams and under teams. You want to go over some fucking results?
Let's go over some. I know a lot of guys who did do that.
Yeah, that's what I say. So do I. Shout out to everybody that took advantage of the free nuggets that we gave out last week, because I'm not just up here for my health. Like I said, I make millions of dollars in my office selling sports and doing what I do. I do this sponsorship for the podcast so I can give you guys information, because fuck, you deserve to get money too. I don't want to see the players be the only ones to get paid. And if I can help you get a cutting edge, there's enough money for all of us. Let's go break these fucking bookies. Anyway, let's do some results from last week's podcast. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Results on Friday, we talked who's hot, who's not, overs and unders, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I said? I said the Oakland A's have been hot, and we said the A's have been trending to the under. Guess what happened? On Saturday, on the road, the A's shut out the Angels 7-0. Guess what? They got the win, and it went over. Oh, 2-0, no big deal.
Right away.
Write that down and put a circle and 3 stars around it. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right, results. Let's keep talking about it, because this is the results. Also on Saturday, following our Friday night's podcast, the Red Sox won both games of their doubleheader. Last time I checked. Did I not say take Boston?
You said keep playing Boston.
The Yankees won 5-3 over Texas. The Phillies went under. The Marlins went under. Detroit lost, and Kansas City lost. The only teams that didn't come through were our 2 over teams, Toronto and Seattle, who both went under. If you keep score at home, that's a result of 9 wins and 2 losses from the 11 games that I gave you guys last week. So, you know, men lie, women lie, fake-ass people on the internet lie. I just heard today that we have another imitator. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to watch out. People are acting like they're VIP Sports. They're sending you a link to a fake website. If you want to make sure it's us, please pick up the phone and dial 877-220-6540. How about the people that called up, spent a $100 bill, went 9-2 on the fucking plays that I gave them?
Unbelievable. 9-2. I'll take 9.
I mean, you like hitting 80. You like hitting 80+%, don't you?
Oh, I love it. And he's right, guys. It's football season. You're going to have all the pretenders, not the contenders. Call 877-220-6540 so you know for sure you're dealing with the real Steve Stevens of VIP Sports, because otherwise it's going to be a really expensive lesson for you.
Oh, that is a fucking fact, and people know that for sure. Like I said, guys, I make more money betting sports than anybody in the business. There's more money to be made in sports betting than any investment in the world, okay? Bitcoin, stock market, they can't hold our fucking nuts compared to making 300-400% return a week on your money.
Yep.
Shout out to that new strand. It's called Sugar Tits. It's a hybrid. It's called Sugar Tits. And, man, I tell you what.
Is that why you're suggesting I wore a bra today? Because of the sugar tits?
No, I just saw your tits hanging in the last podcast. I'm like, if you're going to come along for the ride, dude, I mean, I don't want to see your tits flop. Did you put your bra on for today?
I did. I borrowed it from my wife. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Her tits are a little bigger than yours last time I checked, but I don't know. You got it on, though, huh?
Yes.
Let's go over the story that made me laugh. Dwight Howard's trainer says, now this is fucking funny. Dwight Howard, everybody knows, Dwight Howard, you either like him or you don't like him. He kind of ruined his career when he started fucking the owner's daughter.
Yeah.
And had a kid. He kind of went downhill after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to fuck the owner's daughter and have a kid when you don't know about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so.
He can easily blackball you from the league.
Yeah.
But anyway, this story has nothing to do with that. This is funny. Dwight Howard's trainer says Dwight wants to evolve into a Kevin Durant or an Anthony Davis, but his own version of that. The author of the article on Yahoo Sports agrees that Dwight Howard can do it. Here's my question. How can a guy like Howard, who can't make free throws in his 16th NBA season, turn into a basketball wizard like KD?
Real simple.
He can't.
Build a time machine.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if he can do that, yes.
Honestly, in the beginning of your career, I liked you in Orlando. I even, liked your game a little bit. But I never liked how you always laughed. You were never a serious player. You always took it for a fucking joke. And when people pay you big money, you're supposed to give it all you got. So you never gave it everything you needed to get anyway, which if you don't give it 110%, you're not a true champion. So in my mind, Dwight, you're not a champion. You're not going to evolve into nothing. If anything, you should go to grab your hamburger and evolve onto the goddamn couch because no one wants to hear about you. No one wants to see your game. And you turned out to be a very average player and overrated coming out in the first couple of years.
Yeah, and my take, too, there's guys who are winners in the league and guys who are losers. This guy's not a winner.
He's a loser, period.
He's rarely ever taken his team anywhere near to far in the playoffs. I think he made the NBA Finals once with Orlando. He's not a winner. He's not a guy who should get paid what he does, and there's no way in hell he's going to be a rejuvenated Kevin Durant. Or
Don't
Anthony
even
Davis.
put Kevin Durant's name in your mouth.
No.
It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. Can you picture Dwight Howard pulling up on the fast break, hitting a three-pointer or a crossover defender?
No, I cannot.
He ain't crossing over nobody. He's not hitting threes. His game is played out. One thing about it, Dwight, you have a lot of money.
True.
Take your money, float away, and just move on because no one wants to see you. I know I fucking don't.
Me either.
Anyway, Major League Baseball, guys. I know that's why you're watching the podcast. As you know, building bankrolls right now for football couldn't get any better. I released the reasons to bet preseason football. I hope you guys take advantage of that. You could really make some good money if you pick your spots. But Major League Baseball, I'm 19 out of my last 23 games, guys.
Yep, and
19 and 4. Do you understand that? That is a gigantic record. Nobody's doing the things that I'm doing. However, it's a game a day, not every day type deal. I've given you matchups. If you follow certain trends, you can pick up 8, 9, 10 units in 10 days. At $1,000 a game, I don't know who couldn't use an extra 10,000 every 10 days, Poppy.
I definitely could. And you explained that last week, especially with some of those under trends that you were talking about, Oakland and Philly.
Yeah.
You gave everybody the Nuggets last week, and if they just
9 and 2.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys can run your mouth all you want. We only talk about particular games, and we hit 80% every fucking time. It's all recorded. All you got to do is go to past podcasts. I remember in podcast number, I think it was number 9, I told everybody that DraftKings and FanDuel will get together, and I said DraftKings will end up being the biggest sports book in the nation. Guess what? Looks like that's happening.
Yeah, you said it. You
they're
did.
in Mississippi. They're building in New Jersey. With their platform and their technology, they're easily going to pass William Hill at Cantor. Don't you agree?
I do. I think they're on the right podium to do so. Yes.
All right, let's get into a Major League Baseball segment. And Major League's brought to you by our boys over there at betonline.ag. BetOnline.ag is one of the web's most popular betting destinations. Sign up for an account using the promotional code ALLDAY and get a 50% welcome bonus instantly added to your bankroll. With its money management team since 1991, BetOnline.ag offers wagering on nearly every sport and event possible. Once you're in action, you'll see firsthand why BetOnline.ag has an A+ rating, including the earliest opening odds in the industry, the best live software in the business, and most importantly, fast payouts. BetOnline.ag, because you can. Let's get into a little Major League. Go ahead and grab your pens and your pieces of paper, guys, so I can show you how to make some free money. By the way, 877-220-6540. Give me a call. I'll show you how to make more money than you even thought was possible. I'll show you the formula for success, which is money management and discipline. You people out there playing 3 games a day, 20 games a week, shame on you. You don't have a chance in the world at winning. You guys out there betting parlays, giving your money to the bookie, shame on you. Let me show you the proven ways of winning because they are real and they're successful. And anybody that wants to be successful wants to make money. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's get into what hot. Now, same 3 teams, guys. Write this down. Grab your pen. Who's hot? Boston. 5 straight wins, 9-1 in the last 10 games.
They're been all season from start to finish. Great pitching, great hitting, great defense.
Oakland, 4 straight wins. Haven't lost since last week's podcast. Out of all the teams I could have told you to bet on, I told you to bet on Oakland right now. They haven't fucking lost since my last podcast. Guys, if you're not making money with me, I really don't know what the fuck you're listening to. I mean, this is a podcast that if you treat it the right way and you listen to what I tell you, it can literally get you rich. It'll get you a second income. It'll make you more money than you do at your own fucking job.
Yep.
That's for goddamn sure. Yankees, 8-2 in their last 10 games. So, guys, let's just go over something real simple, okay? 9-1 if you're betting Boston out of 10 games. That's 8 units. Take off the juice because they're favorites. 7.5 net units, correct?
Correct.
Now let's go to the next one. Yankees, 8-2. 8-2.
+6, minus.
Yeah. Plus 5.5 units.
Okay.
Okay. Cleveland. Now this is embarrassing, but yeah. Cleveland, 4 straight wins. 8-2 in their last 10 games. Huh, Cleveland? Unfucking believable. Another 5.5 units. Those teams alone, paparazzi, 18.5 units.
Like you've been
Following
saying.
their trend.
Yep.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Positive 18 units if you follow the trend that we told you to follow.
Now, Cleveland does get Boston here coming up on a series here starting the 20th. So those trends will match up against each other, and it'll be a hell of a series. Cleveland leads the AL Central. Boston leads the AL East. So possibly a playoff preview, and should be a really good series.
It is. It really is, because Boston's a little down right now. Nothing to worry about. You know, they're a little tired. They're tired of winning. It's just like when you get all that money and NBA players, you're smoking all that weed, fucking all those bitches. It just becomes part of the norm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're a little tired. However, I see Boston pounding in them if they're right frame of mind. Cleveland is good. You see Cleveland being there at the end, paparazzi?
I don't think anybody's going to beat Boston. Maybe I see Houston and Boston if Houston is healthy. Right now, Houston's top 4 hitters are all on the DL.
Correct.
And I think they're just going through a little bit of that summertime blues phase. But with Verlander, Cole, Morton, that pitching staff that
Superstars.
they have, I mean, if those guys can just crank it back up, I think Houston and Boston is going to be a great playoff matchup.
Okay, once again, I told you early in the podcast, is it a reason not to bet the Yankees in Boston because they both lost last night? The answer is no. Like I said, teams that are trending right now, you still, with records like this and stats like this, you got to keep pounding them. Play Boston, keep playing Oakland, especially at home, but they're winning on the road and home right now, and you bet Cleveland right now. Ride those streaks until they let you down, and it should get some good money in your pocket. Now, these are teams who you stay away from, and I don't want to see on your sports ticket at all. Kansas City Royals, 2-8 in their last 10 games. The worst fucking team I've ever seen. They've completely fallen apart, and I don't even like watching them on TV at all.
And we talked about it last week. You said you did not want to see Kansas City on a ticket. You said just keep playing against them. If you followed that, you made even more money.
Just another trend that I'm giving you guys. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I'm giving you fucking facts, guys. This show gives you more ways to make money sports betting than any other fucking show. ESPN, this, that, the other. I heard they're giving Brett Musburger a show on Fox. Brent, you don't know fucking shit about sports betting. Your fucking thing over here at the South Point was a fucking flop. VSN averaged fucking 1,000 views. My organic podcast with no fucking advertising, 5,000 average fucking views. I mean, come on, guys. But you're going to put Brett Musburger. Who do you guys want to see on Fox? Steve Stevens or Brett Musburger?
Steve Stevens.
Well, I wouldn't take the job, though, because I got to cuss and smoke my kush. Fuck him. He can have it. Teams that are not hot. Kansas City Royals, 2-8, like I told you. Marlins, they've lost 4 straight. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games. I said this to you last week, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going against Kansas City and you're going against the Marlins in their last 10 games, 16-4.
All right.
16-4. I mean, isn't that the type of record that you like? I mean, that's hitting fucking high 80.
That's 80%.
All day long, my good friend. So, anyway, teams I want you to stay away from sorry-ass Kansas City. Leave Miami alone. Let's move over to some over-unders. These are unders. Philadelphia Phillies, only 1 under since last week's podcast. 7-1 to the under in the last 8 games.
Meant to say 1 over. It's still 7-1 to the under there.
Correct. Write that down, though, because like I said, this trend should keep up. Only 1 under since last week's podcast. Anyway, 7-1 to the under in the last 8 games, Poppy. 13-2 to the under in the last 15 games. Write that down. Under in Philly. They're paying you big time, is all I can fucking tell you.
Yep.
What do you think about this team?
I think they're a team who's got great defense, great pitching. They don't hit the ball overly great, but if you're playing the under, you're going to get paid a lot. And, to go back to your previous thing there about teams that are not getting you paid, you have to really be a little bit careful now because there's several teams who are now waving that white flag and going to release some veterans, bring up those kids from the minors to see what they got. So if you listen to this guy right here and really follow some of those trends, you can get yourself paid if you're really paying attention because they want to see the young guys come up now. Now, the teams that are in the playoff races, those are teams that you want to continue to play, the same teams he's been telling you. But Philadelphia has been an under team all year. 13-2 the last 15 games, says to me, continue to play the under.
Yeah, let's talk about the Houston Astros. You just said 4 of their top people on the DL. Well, you know what? They still got great pitching. 7-1 to the under in their last fucking 8 games, including 4 straight. Seattle pretty much shut down Houston's offense. I don't know if you saw. It was pretty embarrassing, but Houston, like you said, they're missing their 4 superstars. That's pretty much all their offense.
Correct.
That's half the fucking team, and those are your 4 superstars. So, I mean, they're going to definitely need to get them healthy, but I would be looking out for Houston when it gets a little bit later because these boys will be back.
They're for real. They showed it last year in the playoffs, coming back against the Dodgers, and Houston will be there at the end, trust me.
Yeah, and then you got the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers have pushed last night, of course, against the White Sox, but still just 2 overs in its last 11 games. 9-2 to the under. Write this down, ladies and gentlemen. Philly, under. You bet Houston, under. Detroit Tigers, under. I'm going to give you teams to bet over, and then we're going to get into a different section. So I already told you guys, let's just recap everything, guys, since you're writing it down. I told you who to bet. Boston, Yankees, Cleveland. I told you to never bet Kansas City, never bet Miami. And as far as the unders, I said I want you betting Philly right now, Houston, and the Detroit Tigers. Now I'm going to tell you what overs that I want you to bet and what overs are trending. Cincinnati. A team that I can't stand. Didn't like Scotty, who worked here from Cincinnati. Stinky feet motherfucker. Said he was coming out with Miss America or some shit. Came out here with his girl, bitch looked like Miss Perump. Fuck. Anyway, the Reds have surrendered 27 runs in their last 3 games. 5-1 to the over in the last 6 games there, Poppy. So, once again, Cincinnati to the over. They're scoring a couple runs, and they're letting people pound them. So,
I had a chance last summer to go spend a little time in Cincinnati. They played a
poor
series
bastard.
against. Yeah, I know. They played a series against the Cubs, and that's exactly what I saw. They have some hitters on that team, but horrible pitching, horrible relief. So it does not surprise me that this team scores some runs but gives up a lot.
Well, 5-1 to the over in the last 6 games. I mean, you got to follow that trend, guys. Take the over in Cincinnati. One other team I want you to take the over in is the Milwaukee Brewers. They've had 2 unders in the last 8 games. So 6-2 to the over. They've scored 7 runs in each of the last 2 games they've played. So their bats are pumped up a little bit right now. They have a big series versus the Cardinals coming up here, followed by the lonely Cincinnati. Keep an eye out for some overs is all I can tell you. Those overs are coming in non-stop. Milwaukee over, ladies and gentlemen. Cincinnati over. That's pretty much the only guys I want to do. What we're going to do is take a little break. When we come back, we'll go over entertainment news, recap everything, talk a little bit about some football, and how to get this money right after the break. You do like making money, correct? I'm Steve Stevens. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie. I'm the Bookie Killer. Whether you're here in town on business or to flat out gamble, don't forget, Sports betting is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and you deserve your fair share. Call 877-220-6540 or go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com, mention this ad, and get a $500 personal play absolutely free. See you in the winner's circle. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Steve Stevens, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer. Brought my guest along with me, the paparazzi, doing his thing. Big Skipper will be returning very, very soon. As you know, he's been doing a phenomenal... Skip, shout out to you, brother, from the bottom of my heart. You've been out there kicking fucking ass, working harder than I've ever seen. I know you were tired, been, working part-time, but over the last 2 weeks, you've been killing it. The room is looking phenomenal. We're full. You hear the hum when you walk through this motherfucker?
It was amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
That's what we're looking for. So shout out to my sales room. I love everybody. But anyway, in the first half of the show, I told you who to bet in baseball, told you who not to bet, told you who to bet as far as the overs, and told you unders as well. What are we going to get into right now, Poppy?
I think we're going to get into some...
Well, isn't entertainment news your fucking era?
It is. I wanted to make a brief announcement. Thoughts and prayers go out to Aretha Franklin's family. She passed away this morning at age 76. She was the first female artist inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987. Born in Memphis, Tennessee, raised in Detroit, which is near and dear to my heart. And thoughts and prayers go to her. And I told you, 2 other famous people passed away in the state. Do you remember who they are?
Elvis was one.
That's correct.
Give me a hint on the other one.
The Bambino.
Oh, come on, man. Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth.
Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, that's pretty famous. I love it. Anyway, entertainment news is brought to you by Paperhead.com. With just a few weeks away to start of the new NFL regular season, every year over $90 billion is wagered on the NFL alone. It's time for you to start cashing in and making a serious profit using Paperhead.com player management software. Built by a team of experts with unparalleled experience and knowledge of the sports betting industry, Paperhead's tools will help you grow your profits the whole season long. And today, our friends at Paperhead.com want you to hook up before the NFL season starts. They've offered me the opportunity to give my fans an exclusive access to their best deal yet. Call 888-978-0288 right now and get their Prime package for only $3 per head. That's a savings of nearly 75% of the regular price. And now it's the perfect time to get your new business started. So stop wasting time. Start cashing in on this billion-dollar industry. Give Paperhead a call right away. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Anyway, entertainment news, Bruno Mars has announced, by the way, I love Bruno Mars. I think he's the baddest motherfucker out there right now. That little dude can sing like a motherfucker.
And dance.
Well, yeah, and as well, it's the brothers that he's with. I forget the name of the group that dances behind him, but those motherfuckers are serious. Bruno Mars, if you haven't seen Bruno Mars and you get a chance to see him in concert, he's out here in Vegas all the time. We're kind of spoiled. Seen him about 5 times, you know what I mean?
I do.
He fucking kills it. And that little dude can blow his fucking brains out as far as singing is concerned.
He'd like to kill me because a good friend of mine broke a bad story about him snorting
cocaine at the Hard Rock?
Yeah. My good buddy broke that story. So
well, that's another reason why I love him. He's just trying to do his thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is invasion of privacy, too, by the way. Bruno Mars says that Sierra, Boyz II Men, Charlie Wilson, and Ella Miles will be joining him on the North American leg of his upcoming 24 Karat Magic Tour this fall. The news comes week after Cardi B dropped out of the tour after giving birth in July. I mean, she's been working her ass off. She needs a break. Go hang with your kid. But I'm a little concerned on the lineup here. Boyz II Men, that plays over here at the fucking Rio in Vegas. Sierra, she's been played out for a fucking while. She can dance okay. Charlie Wilson, great singer, old school. No one even knows who that is anymore. I don't understand. What's this all about?
I don't know. I mean, Bruno, definitely great show. The others, maybe...
Is Bruno just bringing a couple people he likes with him just to pay him and give him some of that money that he's making?
I think so. Maybe to bring maybe a little bit of a different crowd because the undercard here is not so great.
Hey, that's my client.
Oh.
Veronica, let him in. That's my boy Dino in the Dino!
What is up?
What's going on, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, live and direct, one of my real... How was your flight, buddy?
Fantastic.
What's up, man? How are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, when you're on my level, you fly clients into town left and right. Dino in the casino, my man, straight from Canada, eh? What's going on, eh?
I told you when I'd be in town, I'd bring you something special.
I love it. Well, what is it? I mean, I already know what it is.
You know what it is, but You've never seen a package like this from Canada.
Well, you guys say, you know, Dino's busted me and Skip's balls all the time about drinking this Crown. I had no idea that Crown Royal was a Canada thing. You're the one that just broke it out to me and let me know, like, no, that's ours. We own that.
Crown Royal, Keanu Reeves, Wayne Gretzky.
Keanu Reeves. Whoa, bro. Fuck Keanu Reeves. Anyway, you came bearing gifts.
Yes, I did.
Dino, you couldn't have came in at a better time during the podcast. Dino, let me ask you a question. Now, we're betting we're averaging, $4,000 a game. How much are you up in the last 14 days?
Oh, 30,000.
Say that again.
30,000.
$30,000.
Correct.
Shout out to Steve Stevens out there getting that money. It got you that first play ticket. Boy, I like them Gucci glasses. Did you have those before, or did I help you pay for those?
That was after.
Anyway, man, Crown Royal Rye. Am I supposed to take a shot of this? What am I supposed to do with this?
Wouldn't hurt. That's an award-winning international rye, straight from Canada.
Okay, so what's the difference of the Crown Royal that me and Skip are drinking versus Northern Harvest was the
Northern
name we were
Harvest,
looking
brother.
for the other night.
You might want to open that up.
What, this?
Oh, yeah.
Why, you want me to drink it, or
Oh, it's a little special,
I don't want-
special package.
a special package?
Isn't the Canadian, isn't there more alcohol in the Canadian as well than we get over here?
Uh-oh.
No, probably the same.
You think
Now
it's-
now listen, this is the type of fucking client that I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. This is the type of guy where I love winning games for because he does what he says. Yeah, Dino, this is a nice little package, Dino. It's got a little,
Straight from Canada, eh?
oh my God, eh? Just a little 10 wrap, huh, Dino? Just a little 10 wrap. Is there another 50 in here? Or?
That's next week.
Are we going to talk about that one after the podcast? All right, because I got an upgrade pitch for you that's going to knock your fucking socks on. I know we were going commission. I know we were doing that. I just need you to invest $500,000 and we'll go from there. Fair enough?
Fair enough, my friend.
Anyway, hey, man, it's a pleasure. I seen you out there waiting. I'm knocking out the podcast for the fans. I'm sure you know about it. You called us from the podcast. Longtime fan, man. I appreciate you coming to town, man. We're going to have a really good time. Shout out to Kenny Kaufman, who still calls him every day on the lead list. Couple $100,000 later, I think you're my client. Correct, Dino?
You know it.
You can quit calling, guys. What does he call you from? Gold Strike?
Solid gold. Win.
Solid gold, baby. Put my solid nuts right on your chin, Kenny. We love you. You know what? I talked to Stu. Maybe we'll bring you back, bud. Put you in your old booth. You can co-produce the podcast and shine poppy shoes or something. You know what I mean? Anyway, Dino, we'll go out to eat. We'll have a good time. I just wanted to bring you in. So, Dino, I just want you to tell the fans out there, first of all, you've been with me now for, what, 2 years?
Yeah, about 2.5 years.
2.5 years total. When you first came aboard, had you ever made a bet before?
Small, very small. And
Small, couple $100 a game?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're a perfect example because he signed up for $250 package, started with money management and discipline, and pretty much you're averaging, what, $4,000 or $5,000 a game right now?
At least, yeah.
Not to mention you brought the 75 to do what we got to do while you're here, right?
That's how we roll now.
So, Steve Stevens, clients in town. See, you guys out there on Instagram and claiming to be world-class handicappers, why don't you show a fucking real client every now and then? Or better yet, maybe in office. And then you could say, you're like me. Until then, bow down to someone greater than you. Dino, we're going to have a great weekend. I didn't want to say Veronica will take you to the hotel or whatever. Perfect. I'll come meet you, and we'll go to Piero's and get that asso buco that you so much love. Huh?
And one quick thing before I leave.
All right.
I didn't know I was coming in here today seeing paparazzi wearing a Toronto
There-
Maple Leaf
Oh,
shirt.
my
go.
God.
That's
Well, I
right.
told him he had to put a bra on because I saw his tits. He had his tits hanging down there. So, get out of the fucking office, hey? Hey, I love you, brother. Canada's in the fucking house, huh, hey?
Good.
He
Good
brought
making, Dino.
the Northern Rye Crown. Skip's gonna love this shit. I've never even fucking seen this. Have
Yeah.
you?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah, I guess it's award-winning shit.
I've
What's
spent time in Canada, yes.
Well, I'm going to see what it's all about. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we were going to do some entertainment news. I don't really think anyone gives a fuck about entertainment anyway. I told you who's going to make you money in baseball. As far as the preseason football, I've told you guys several times you have to pick and choose your spots. Thursday night, last week's crazy preseason scoring outburst has impacted the line majority of the lines entering week 2 of the exhibition schedule. Now, I'll be the first to say, in preseason, for the last 15 years, now this is my section right fucking here, these games have went under religiously, nonstop at this part of the season in preseason. This year is a predominantly over. It's completely different. It's just like I said, because of last week, it impacted the majority of all the lines entering week 2. This game having seen a 2-point bump from an opening of 40.5. So you're getting 2-3 points higher than normal. Does that mean that you start looking at some unders, or does that mean you keep pounding the trend? Remember, you follow trends. That's how you get fucking paid. Certain trends. You can't just keep following a trend. You'll follow a trend that'll send you right over a cliff if you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
I saw a couple of different things this year on Hard Knocks. You have the Cleveland Browns, and when you're seeing teams who go 0-16 running a hurry-up offense on the first drive of the first preseason game, like Cleveland did last week, I mean, that's telling you something, because normally you just want to get your guys in there, just get them some reps, get their conditioning up, and to see guys going hurry-up offense on the first drive of the first preseason game, that is showing something. So maybe you're onto something with the trends.
The games are already going to be on when the podcast airs. You got Steelers, Green Bay. I mean, it is what it is. There's no sense of really getting into the game when it'll be pretty much over. But right now, for this week and next week, dibble-dabble in a little preseason, but more importantly, Major League Baseball. We're running out of time. I told you guys football season would be here just like that, and sure enough, it's upon us. I want to make sure that we have everything in order, all the I's dotted, all the T's crossed, so we could do nothing but sit back and make money. It's not too late, though. Let's go build the fucking bankroll so you can go into the new season using the bookie's money and not yours. When's the last time you went into a season with an extra 10, 20,000 of his money? Believe me, it makes you feel a lot more comfortable. Scared money don't make money. It's confidence. Like I said, this isn't for anybody. Sports betting is a big boy's business. You know what you're doing getting into it right off the bat. Anyone that tells you they don't lose or losing isn't part of this business, they don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. Losing is part of the business. However, if you can win 3 games to every one you lose, have you ever had a problem going 6-2?
Nope.
I know I haven't. Guys, let me build your bankroll. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a bankroll building system for you that I don't normally do, but I want everybody to have an honest opportunity to deal with me. I'm going to do 10 days of my owner selections, my games that are $500 a piece. It's a bankroll building system. You call me in the next 48 hours, ask for myself or Skip, tell them you want the bankroll building system. Instead of charging you $2,500, I'll work with you for 10 days for $200 flat.
Pretty good deal.
Pretty good deal. You're
Amazing
going to have your money back in the first game and have me for a fucking 6 days to just crush your fucking bookie for another 9 days. 10 days, build your bankroll, $200. If you can't spend $200 to invest in me to help you, you shouldn't be betting. Write that down and fucking circle it. Fair enough? Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, in this world, you got to stay motivated. I know sometimes you get in a rush or you get in a rut, or you constantly see repetition and the same thing happening every day. You just got to make a ways for your day to be better. If you're going to that same job, smile, motivate yourself. Do something that's going to excite you, because you don't want to just be average. You don't want to wake up and say, I'm just going to go have a normal day. Make every day the best day you could ever fucking have. Make every moment the best moment you could possibly have, because you never know when it's going to be gone. Like I said, man, life is short. Play hard, live long, but more importantly, this shit can be taken away from us at any time. You can't take life for granted. So what I want to make sure we do is get a second income going for you guys. That way, when you're working your ass off at your job, I can pull you in a 6-figure second income. There's no better time than now, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to help you get it. On the behalf of VIP Sports, myself, my guest, the Big Paparazzi, and the crew, we love you. Let's go get paid, have one of the biggest football seasons we've ever had, and remember, don't let the players be the only ones that get paid. Fair enough?
Oh, yeah. Fuck 'em. I don't even rap, but we had to do this for him anyway, Dirt. Fuck 'em. #1 documented company in the motherfucking world, huh? Yeah, I'm right here, Dirt. Hustler, Bookie Killer, my money long. Now I'm legit, but I used to get my money wrong. I used to pimp, jack fools to get guap. So last thing I sweat, so suck a punk cop. Ride like a boss when I'm in the ghost. You run up on it, bang, another hit of smoke. Came from the bottom and found a way out. Why? Bet sports ain't never gonna play out. 10 grand to lose, 20 to gain. In my brain, my game's stronger than cocaine. Gotta get paid tonight, you motherfucking right. Play with my money, you're playing with your motherfucking life. White, rich, and hard, new reality start. 19, I had a $100,000 car. Fuck your bookie, I'm taking them all down. Kiss my ass, twist the cap off the crown. Cause I ain't trying to take no shorts. I'm CEO of VIP Sports. You motherfucking right, and I'm a hustler. right, motherfucker. Steve motherfucking Stevens. Best motherfucker alive. Ain't nobody better than me. Ain't nobody winning more games than me. You say you are, you a motherfucking liar. Shout out to Ice-T. Another fucking hit, homie.